definitely need
That's
to
why we do the green.
Yeah, that's definitely why you need to do the green. It couldn't be chroma keying better.
It helps if it's green on green. If only all backgrounds are green. I think we're live.
Actually, maybe are.
Yep.
Okay, so to everyone who just missed the last 10 minutes of our life, she should have been here. And we realised that you weren't here because we weren't podcasting. But they should have been. They just missed brilliant chat, lots of peppermint tea, and is this coffee?
It is coffee.
Coffee?
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you for helping us along the way on our first day of the Zero to Revenue Challenge. I've been keeping a wee tally, and we have been on air for 10 hours and 7 minutes.
That's pretty good.
So it's been a good day one.
So we're gonna do about 20 minutes of kind of more work, trying to wrap up some of the stuff that we're trying to get done. Those of you who have been on Slack would have been watching us update the product channel. We've been talking about pricing. Ben has been blasting through things, and in about 20 minutes. We will hop back on with Ben and check out all of our various progresses on the things that we want to do. Our progress eye. So yeah, you can work with us, or if you have any questions, you can pop them on Slack and we can answer them as we go in, or as we're going. One of them asked by, let me go back to it.
I know, once you've viewed it, you lose it. We also, somebody had great challenge and debate about business model canvas versus lean canvas versus don't use those kind of paradigms at all because it narrows your thinking and puts yourself in one particular perspective and frame. So those were good discussions.
We definitely are using it kind of just as a device today. That was what our point was, which is probably not a very well thought out thing in terms of trying to articulate it. It does have its place in your kind of thought process and thought progress, but
I think with all of these tools, and that's something that has been discussed on Slack, it's really useful to know, is this something that is usefully helping me think through my assumptions, the rights and wrongs, the different directions and the different angles, and you can take or leave whichever tools are going to be most relevant to you.
So the question that we had was from Fabs, and it was on our pricing, our kind of draft pricing bit that we got to Ben. So Ben needed the pricing information today because he wants to set up the pricing information so that
all the infrastructure,
you can complete the loop. So you should, at the end of today, ideally, be able to sign up and create an account and select a pricing structure. You won't be able to do anything once you're past that, but at least that means a lot of things would have had to have been built in order for that to have been possible. So Fabs had a couple questions. So how come you guys decided against a free tier to get more people into your funnel, or even a free month / a 15-day trial? So first off, definitely we're going to have a trial. We just haven't kind of configured that yet, probably a 2-week trial as part of it. But we are resisting to start off with just a free tier. And while it's always possible, we are trying to be quite narrow with the target market that we're going after. And by introducing a payment as the cheapest plan requiring a payment, that goes to qualifying our customers a bit.
So we want to make sure that we're adding value to the right customer segment that we're drilling deep into.
Yeah.
And if we can make sure and deliver that at a price point and people are paying for that, then we know that we are delivering value. And that's not always the case with a free price plan.
Exactly. And it's not to say that services that use a free price plan aren't effective. It's just, what's the strategy for using a free price plan? Usually it's to get someone on there that may either not be quite ready for a higher payment plan, or it's to get someone on there and then try and upsell them. So the decision that we've made so far is to not have that kind of an approach. We want people to be opting into this, which means it'll be a higher benchmark to convert someone, but ideally when they're in, they should be a better aligned customer to what it is that we're building.
Right, so lower churn because the barrier to get in is higher, but once you have chosen to give up your cash and pay for the service, that it's something that you're going to want and actually use.
Okay, cool.
So a wee roundup for those who are maybe looking back over the schedule and seeing what was delivered and discussed today. You can go back and check on the YouTube channel. So we had a morning of different discussions. We discussed what the problem was that we were trying to solve and what segment we were deep diving into. We had a bit of a dive into competitor analysis and alternatives. Those are still coming in, so keep those suggestions coming. We talked about business model canvases, and then we had a bit of a brainstorm about lead generation ideas and where to go with those. And then after a midday check-in, which was pretty positive, we had a fantastic afternoon with Andrew Johnson. So Andrew Johnson came in and ran a 5-minute mindfulness session with us and had a brilliant conversation about how to find time to make sure that we're balanced and mindful so that we can make it to the end of the week, which was pretty positive. And then we've had a great afternoon full of customer interviews. So huge thanks to those founders who've given up their time to speak to us and share a little bit about their story, their journey, how they do things, what their pain points are when engaging with their investors. So it's been quite an enlightening afternoon.
Yeah, bit tired. So we have about 15 minutes until Ben hops back on, and then we can kind of go through what it is that we've each achieved today. So 15 minutes of just kind of working.
Sure, and maybe you'll sing, maybe you won't, who knows.
I was doing Smeagol earlier. I'll spare you all from that.
Yeah, we'll catch up in 15.
Yeah. So I'm going to review your language.
Yeah, it's definitely not there yet, but it's a start.
We're for those of you who are on right now, I'm going to read you some of Lizzie Bruff's.
We're playing with one-liners.
Yeah. Where founders and investors collide.
It's like a match made in heaven.
That sounds like that song.
I think it was because you were singing at the time.
And I collide. You know that song? Oh, now I'm...
So maybe not that one.
You finally find you and I... Now I can't... Colin Hay? Is it Colin Hay? I think it's Colin Hay.
Someone will write in and tell us. You know that for
Colin
sure. You're right.
Boom. No? Collide. Oh no, it's not Colin Hay. Oh well. No worries. Okay.
SQL next time.
So, shareholder engagement defined for engaged shareholders where founders and investors collide. Engaged shareholders for stronger business. Buoyness. Stronger buoyness.
Aye.
Engage with those who want your business to succeed. Better engagement with those who are invested. Okay, that's better.
Don't love any of them yet.
But this is better than what I have here.
And that's all you can do, is keep one better.
And then... What if it was like a better way to engage? Or something like that.
Yeah, simpler.
Something like that. Like that?
Oui.
Okay. Except, so, okay, since you're here.
For me?
Yeah, let's figure this out.
But Alan loves it so much. Okay, this is...
Alan loves this color because it's green, and
That's green.
yeah, even though we're taking it behind the scenes, that's also green.
It's green. Don't tell anyone.
Yeah. So okay.
You just ruined the green screen effect.
Oh,
We broke
by
the
touching
third
it?
wall. No, by telling people.
By telling everyone. It's
Yeah.
first rule of Fight Club.
It's the magic.
You didn't tell us that.
Okay. All right. So, can you just see if any of these you like any of these?
Like, no.
Oh.
Where did your color wheel go? You need to keep the grey. The grey was grand.
Do you want just the gray?
Yeah. What?
But then it's okay. It's quite dark then. But okay. Like on the actual site, it'll be quite a bit of white.
Yeah, which is
This
good.
doesn't really matter. It just needs to look good. It just needs to look like
So-
decent.
Purple and orange looks like a kid's birthday party.
Okay, I just.
Purple could not clash more with green.
Alan says purple could not clash more with green.
So
it's a no.
that's what the gray looks
No,
like.
that's really bad. That looks
That's
like
what
that guy's website.
I don't know what that.
I
guy's
see what he
website
means
looks
though
like.
about the green though. look at my hair now.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, and this is black. Right, somebody with like an eye for design. Just
Well, I looked at the
give us a
triptych
little.
color, but you
What's
didn't like
the third
that.
color?
You didn't like that.
Why what?
That was like the kind of that color green that I had. You didn't like, and that was technically the. Look, so this is our color, our yellow. So these are supposed to be the complementary color. I could try that one. Probably don't like that either, though.
For people who don't know you.
What?
You sound like you're being embarrassed, but you're not.
Well, look, okay. Do you like that one?
No, you're right.
See?
The mustard just looks really weird with it.
All right, okay, so
They're wrong.
how about, or a darker yellow or a brown? How about a brown?
When is brown being a good idea?
Earth? I don't know.
You know who would help us?
Will.
Batman. Yeah.
Will, if you're watching, you're about to get a message.
We need you.
Oh, hey, I didn't even try. Oh, where's she going? Oh,
So,
this is kind of.
I like it then because then you've just got black, grey, and mustard.
Well, this would be like screenshots and stuff. Yeah.
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 Because
that's
then
it.
this is
Yeah,
just white.
exactly. Well, should I just do that for ours?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just do
Why isn't
the.
it white?
I'll just do this as a white logo.
And then this. No, wait. What?
I'll do this
Make
as
the whole
as,
background white. Make the logo this, and then the CTAs that.
Paint color. All right. Yeah, that's good. That's it. All right, we'll be back. Down. Also, the logo company, they title logo black. Oh no, damn it. So another place where I found it, the logo white and it was the black one. And anyway. my card always makes it? Okay. Like that, you think? Like with the thing? Or just with, oh, I know what it was. Or just the symbol?
No, with the thing.
Right.
No?
Yep. And then,
Although we can't see what you're doing, we can just see this.
yeah, I know. I'm moving it back.
Okay.
I'm moving it back. Okay, so color, we're gonna do everything as gray. Oh wait, why don't I just download the, thing? I think that is great. Right, you want this yellow or do you want it dark? That, no?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, now I think I can tweak this, but I got to do it secretively.
Can you review this copy for me, please? Sending. Yeah, I got a bit wordy and garbled.
What's the copy for?
Welcome email.
You're in. When it comes to your business, you want the best. You want the best on your side. Engage shareholders, stakeholders, and investors are great advocates for your brand. That's why we're going to agree from to strengthen that investor-founder relationship and make updates painless. Painless, fun, and useful. Something like that. But I think it works.
Painless. I'm not going to go with fun, but yes.
It's fun.
It's fun, like.
Do you want?
We're trying to do that. Finder relationship. Make them painless. Hello.
Hello there.
Hello there, Brendel.
Hello, how are you?
Very well.
It's a Ben.
I'm gonna
what else is body face?
There we go. Okay.
Hey, Ben.
How's your day been?
Yeah, very good. All good. Yeah, pretty much got what needs to get done. Everything is literally on the server now.
ended up creating 2 servers, but then one is going to cost you like $7 a month, and one's going to cost you like $15, $20 a month. So really low end of this. I mean, not completely low end, but enough that I think it'll be fine. And yeah, so one of them is for the marketing site, and one is for the actual login site. It needs to be that way because obviously we're doing the subdomain version, so it'll be java.briefingroom.com, for example.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all there now. I've just tested signing up. I've synced all the plans on Stripe. I've tested signing up to one of the plans. It puts me on there, and then sends me to the dashboard. It's perfect.
Shall we try it?
Basic branding is in there in terms of logo and the colours, but it'll be further optimised and cleaned up as we go, as I work through day by day.
Can we demo it?
Good.
Is it okay if we try it out?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Let's see.
Day 1.
Day 1. All right. Bacon Ipsum. Love that.
I love bacon. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
I don't love bacon.
Okay, so then we say pricing. Sweet. Okay. Great. Yeah, we'll change that.
Smart.
Okay, so we're going to say the startup 14-day free trial.
Okay, fast.
Huh?
I'm just reading your copy.
What I've done is I've taken the company name. I put the company name as a field we asked for, just to simplify onboarding, because ultimately they need to define the company. But to keep it simple for now, they enter the company name, and then with that we create their first company record, and they can further customize it later if they want to.
Sure.
And that company name is slugified and used to create, to sort of auto logs them in to their custom URL, if you will. Not custom URL, sorry, their briefing room subdomain.
Oh. I didn't realize that was a... Where's the thing?
Guess.
Oh yeah, there's a bug with the checkbox. So next to I agree to the terms, if you just move the mouse next to it, you'll see it changes cursor. Just click it as if there is one there.
Okay.
There.
I think I've clicked it several times, so I don't know if it's clicked on or clicked
I
off.
don't know which one it is.
Russian roulette here with our lives. Kendava.briefingroom.co.
Smart.
Sweet.
Can you believe this is day 1?
This is awesome. Well, we're done. This is good.
I mean,
we can just. This is it. No.
Ben's deliverable.
Okay. Cool. Awesome.
So yeah, so that's it's physically a different domain,
really
obviously,
smart.
because it's a subdomain, so it also logs them in, and then they're in there. And then what I'm thinking is, well, for whichever one we send them to initially, we can make a decision on it later on. But what I will do. You've got the dashboard and the event setup. The event setup is going to give you obviously nothing yet. Well, actually, it's kind of half there, but a couple things broken on it. Well, yeah, you'll be able to change things like the branding, like in terms of the title and the company name,
the settings. Yeah.
Settings. Also the custom domain, things like that as well.
Okay, cool.
Sweet.
We haven't seen before. That's awesome.
Just a reminder, but is this being recorded?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're on.
Oh, this is okay. Just as a reminder, this over the week, in terms of the style of the interface,
we'll
be
change.
Modified intentionally.
Yeah.
I sort of come up with ideas.
Yeah.
Just to try and separate it from the one it was based on.
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
So,
about speed and stuff.
But obviously you can see your core color, your 2 main colors.
Yeah, that's great.
That's really cool.
Good.
Cool.
That's super impressive.
And how do you feel like it went? Did you kind of get through everything that you wanted to do? You were thinking that you were ahead of schedule, or?
Yeah, pretty much bang on with what I wanted to do. When we spoke at lunch, I was hoping that I was on track to have it finished by sort of a few hours earlier than planned, so sort of mid-afternoon. But I ended up sort of getting me all the way through to about 6 o'clock to get those bits finished.
Cool.
I forgot I had to set up a separate server for the public site based on the way this architecture is set up, so that sort of delayed me a little bit. But all that delay did was brought me back on track with the original plannings, really.
Cool. So if you I've just messaged you the kind of the testing page for just a landing page, and then if you are happy with that, I can then give you the name, C name and A name records to change.
So when do they find out how much they pay? So prepay. Oh, $50 to 50% off. Okay. Yeah, I like that. I think it makes sense that it's just because I was just wondering now that I see it here whether you were going to have them choose the plan in order to know which one they're choosing, but no, this far simplifies it. Takes that out of the equation.
Literally just pay
a fixed cost. I mean, it's going to give you a discount, and it kind of shows an intent and an interest, which is good. So
Okay. Cool.
No,
I think if
good. Yeah. So I presume, how would I link that to you? You can give me a name record.
I give you an A name record and a C name record.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Yeah, send that over.
And that's it. Okay. Cool.
Cool.
Great.
So what I will do is, sorry, once you give me those details, I will wire up them so that if anyone goes to www. or just room.co, it will go to that.
Yeah.
And then for our testing, it will be on
public. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Cool. So aside from that, we were looking at lead gen ideas for the week, and for tomorrow we're gonna be having those. I don't know what it is that you're wanting to deliver.
So I am going to deliver 2 blogs by end of play tomorrow, pushed live, and make sure that they're not just sales revenue focused, they're actually pointing in some way to what did we start building. And I think because of the community discussions today, there will be takeaways that people who weren't able to watch the whole stream had key questions about, okay, but remind me, what was the problem and who is it you're solving for, and what were the key decisions? So there'll be kind of curated roundups of the days.
Okay, all right. And then I'll have my final list of kind of 4 lead gen products or something just to get out there either tomorrow. So first, by end of play tomorrow, at least one of those should be out to start testing and trying to see if it converts anyone. Aside from that, we've been just hanging in there and getting through some of this other stuff. So,
give me an example of what is a lead gen product, just so I can understand what you're working on there.
Sure. Let me see where my list was.
Is it a channel that you're trying to get in front of, or a particular demographic, and you're trying to, you're cold calling, or are you actually creating a mini little product that like a questionnaire?
Yeah, so we had a good debate earlier about, is that too much of a little product, that suggestion, and is it essentially another whole week's work in itself, or is it something that we can pretty quickly work up and put out there, and is it targeted enough? So we did have some things that were more productized and some things that were channels.
Yeah, so originally it was like a simple way for you to get access to other people for introductions, but then we kind of talked about it, and it's like, well, that's actually its own product, and so why are we taking time and resource to then try and spread the news about that, or a newsletter or something like that, right?
We would have to market it. So if it was something that we had to market versus it was something that was valuable that people would find themselves. So
instead, actually, I think you talked about it a little bit ago, Ben, trying to create a few things that are maybe bigger than blog posts, that serve as a information or a resource in that way. So for example, just a guide to email updates. What should you include in email updates? What should you, how should you format them? And then just taking examples from other people and pointing you to different articles that you can read up on to find out different thought processes on them. So things that have to do with what it is that we're building, or looking at our competitors and saying, how do we achieve the kinds of things that we're wanting to do with other services? And we know that briefing room will be on one of them. But so a little bit more of a meatier, not to say that blog posts aren't meaty, but more a discovery tool so that people can either come and find out more about us, but also get taken in different directions with the assumption that we would probably update them at some point.
And we challenge ourselves to think about curating rather than creating, because of the time span, so not to get carried away with creating our own wiki that is super in-depth.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
But in either case, essentially it's you're looking to acquire those early engagements, leads, customers, whatever, through content marketing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Which usually is seen as a long tail process.
It is. But we're creating some MVPs of it, and then we're going to be sharing it just to see what people think, like the community that we're building up and stuff like that, and then trying to see what other options are out there for us to, I don't know, capture a little bit more quickly. I don't know, some potential leads for this week, because I think like our biggest lead magnet for this week is this live stream, right? Revenue, and so what are we doing aside from this that can have deliverables with it, by the end of the week? I don't know. I'm not sure yet. We're still kind of come up with that. Whereas something like this intros idea, it's something that could be popped up there, and as soon as somebody fills it out, we got their email. But that then requires us to spread the word about it in a...
Well, then you've got to market it.
You got to market the thing to market the thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sure. And we could put money into like pay-per-click advertising. But again, do we know what language we want to use yet to do that? Yeah.
I don't know if you can still hear us.
Yeah.
But the good people at home cannot. So we gotta transfer. Do you want to come over here then?
Sure.
All right, we're gonna transfer and look at here.
Nice.
Okay, so you can still hear
us.
us.
Welcome to your new office.
Yeah, you can still hear us, Ben, and I think everyone can hear us, but we had a breakdown in our. 1 second, Ben. I mean, I'd be interested to hear what your experience is with shorter term lead gen ideas. Obviously, you've been doing this a lot longer on the SaaS side of things with Missinglettr and other things. So, like, what do you have experience with, like, kind of really, really short term, like, aside from deals and things that already take advantage of like a pre-existing community?
Yeah, because I think what you're talking about here are fantastic. I mean, I think great ideas and great ways of creating content based on need and demographic and everything else. But I just think that the downside of what you're doing there is that they generally need time to gestate.
Sure.
Virality and nothing else. So I just wonder whether you're going to get the impact. What has worked for me in the past is with the uppercase conference we did. I made about 10 grand in about 2 weeks, maybe a week, 2 weeks, by finding sponsors to host. Sure. Event. That was pretty much exclusively through cold email, which I've pretty much never done before because I don't like it. I don't think anyone does like it generally, but it actually worked really well because there was something tangible for me to talk about and say, hey, look, we're putting on something that is, of genuine interest to your market. Would you like to be associated with it? And it was a nice, friendly email. We only sent once. I didn't send follow-ups or anything like that at all, saying type 1 if you you'd like me to follow up, or 2 if you're not interested. It was just a one-off thing, but actually it did deliver. I wonder whether a version of that is done in the right way, that isn't pushy or anything else, could deliver quicker results. Or some outreach like that is a bit more direct.
Yeah, but so I guess a question about that. When you created that summit, like Uppercase Summit, you were already working from a decent list. Like, you were already working from a user base. You had already launched the product in different places. No.
This was a list that it's a list. The list I used for the sponsors was not a list based on our current customer list or anything. It was literally cold reach. It was the list I acquired.
No, yeah, I realize that, but you had like the reason the sponsors were correct me if I'm wrong though, the sponsors were supporting something that had data that was real. Like as in you could confidently say that we're expecting to have X number of 1,000 people sign up because either they've signed up already or the list size is this, right?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
And we have done outreach for this week.
Yeah. It would bring it a slight additional challenge, I suppose, in trying to, you have to successfully convey and convince within that email.
Sure.
You had something meaningful that was worth paying the money.
But okay. All right, well, that's a good challenge, though, to come up with something that isn't a content-based thing, but that also directs us back to, again, the challenge with that is, well, if we were to make a conference, right, for Briefing Room, we would then be marketing the conference. We wouldn't be marketing the product. No. I know that. I'm just trying to stay discipline, because like I would want to, like, this intros or this introduction type tool, pretty easy to set up. Like I can actually set it up with Landbot and with Coda and with a couple of other things, and you could see a way that people might, you know, put on their stuff. But because we don't have a huge community yet, I don't know what the
I'm still not convinced. Like, I think if you look at it in this sort of with the lens that is, we've got a week to do this. I don't know on principle whether it makes any sense to create a product or market a product that then requires, once you've got people buying into that, then requires you to market the actual product to that.
Exactly. That's why I exactly agree. But I'm just saying, like, I don't know what the difference then is between that and doing something like what you're talking about with uppercase. Aside from if we're literally just talking about revenue and talking about sponsors or something like that, well, what we want to be creating is we want to be creating something that drives people to sign up to the actual product.
What I'm saying is, I was just using the conference as an example.
Right. Okay.
I'm saying ideally you want any outreach that you do to be solely based and singularly based on them buying into the actual product.
Yeah.
Not saying secondary thing. So it would be a cold email if you were to go down cold email.
Yeah.
I would specifically be selling briefing.
Yeah.
Look, we're doing this one-off early access thing for the next 24 hours. We'd like in. This is how you can do it.
Okay. I mean, No, that's good. That's good.
What if you went to a few incubators or investment firms or places like that have startups under them?
Yeah. So what we have been doing, I don't know why I'm whispering because everyone can watch it anyway. So we have been doing that, and we've been building up a list of companies that are companies, founders, and like the actual founders' emails themselves of companies that are in some of the bigger accelerators, incubators, crowd funds, like recently successful crowd funds. We've been using those to reach out to talk about our survey, but then we were thinking about, well, whether or not we use that list that we're generating to target. I think that we hadn't really gotten to the point of saying, well, do we actually
like market briefing room as a
like
paid
market
service
them
to them?
yet?
But we have been building.
But I think that's a good idea.
List.
Yeah. So yeah, we've been building that.
It.
Yeah, just as you say, the incubators, the accelerators.
Target.
So maybe just doubling down on that would be a good target.
I think it's not necessarily a guaranteed sale. Of course it's not.
No, of course
it's
not.
It's an easier sell in the sense that you can say, hey, Mr. Incubator, we're doing something specifically that we think will
sure.
Of great interest to your startups.
Yeah.
We want to do a deal just for you guys.
Yeah.
To your startups, 50% off, whatever it is.
Sure.
6 months or lifetime, whatever. Would you be interested in putting it in front of them? And you know, we'd happily do some co-branding. Marketing with you afterwards to sort of show how your startups, helped us.
No, it's a good idea.
And all that sort of stuff.
Yeah. We've been talking about like, do you offer discounts for, if you're a partner, if you're a member of XYZ Accelerator, you can get a discount and things like that. So, okay, I'll think about that and I'll come up with some ideas. Okay.
Just a thought. I mean, the only reason I mention it is that even if you publish a blog post tomorrow, what you're basically saying is, in 3 days, you're going to get people coming back that you can then sell on something.
You're right. You're right.
I think it can happen, but I think it's a big ask.
Yeah. No. Good call.
You've got 4 days left. No pressure, guys.
He says with confidence.
I
know.
Cool. All right. Well then, what do you need from us for tomorrow, like previewing tomorrow?
Okay, so most of it I've got. I can't remember. I need to double check the Slack things, or tell me now. Did you set up Mandrill or MailChimp with your card details?
I did. Yeah, I did.
You did?
Yep.
Okay, so I can
you have that.
That's fine. Just need to make sure emails are sending properly and working properly.
Yep.
So I'll test the branding and working on those correctly and blah blah blah. So yeah, off the top of my head, there shouldn't be any more accounts that we need to set up, but I will let you know if that changes.
Cool.
It should just be a matter of me building out the basic add, create, update, delete views for all the various team members, room members, rooms, and just get the basic sort of creation, updating, deleting of those various things done. That'll be my main job for tomorrow. If I can, I'm going to get it obviously done as soon as I can, so I can start trying to prioritise a nice to have thing tomorrow afternoon. That'll be my goal.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you need in terms of like marketing email copy or anything like that?
Well, that's a good point actually. Yeah, I don't need it for tomorrow, but yeah, there will be an email that goes out when someone signs up. So actually,
Yep.
When I get the email working, I'll make a mental note to forward that onto you, so you can have a look at what it currently says, which is quite standard stuff. But you might want to fluff it out with some extra things, more specific to the briefing room. And yeah, that's generally the only default one that goes out. I suppose there's also if you invite a team member or invite someone to a room, so you might want to think about the email content for that one, but that can come in at any point over the next few days.
Great.
Cool.
All right.
Alrighty. Okay, well,
Cool.
thanks very much.
And yeah.
Good night.
Tomorrow's going to feel like a much more meaningful day, I think, by the end of it. I know there's something for the first time tangible to look at now, but
pretty
tomorrow
cool.
you're actually going to be able to do things.
Sure.
Even if it's just basic views, that should be interesting.
Cool. Alrighty.
Cool.
Thanks
Thanks.
so much, Ben.
Take care.
Speak to you soon.
All right.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. Well, to everyone else, good night. We'll check in with you tomorrow.
Yeah, you'll see us bright and early.
Oh, well, I don't know where all the
You
all
have
the thing is.
so many windows.
Alrighty. Good night.
Good night.